You might not want to listen to what I have to say next, but it's the life of a zombie. It's the worst case scenario and how your life could end up. Your mother at birth is nutrient deficient and toxic. You are a scheduled C-section birth. Therefore, you don't get coated in your mother's life-giving vaginal bacteria, never developing a healthy intestinal bacteria. If you're a boy, at the most delicate point in life, you get circumcised, sending you into shock. You are given the full schedule of 49 doses of 14 vaccines, toxifying your body with formaldehyde, mercury, and aluminum. As a result, you're colicky. Your mother is unable or unwilling to breastfeed you, further destroying your gut flora. Your childhood is peppered with illness and sickness and treated with antibiotics multiple times a year. You snack on sugar treats and goldfish crackers and quickly develop an addiction to sugar. It's a toxin to your undeveloped nervous system, and it results in you learning slowly and distracting easily. You are given a diagnosis of ADHD, autism, or one of the other childhood attention disorders, and prescribed stimulants to numb your already damaged nervous system. You deplete the already low mineral content in your body, resulting in multiple cavities. You need braces. The emotional input that you receive from others is self-defeating and limits your belief in your own greatness. You're given an iPad to distract you and spend much of your time in front of a screen. By the time you reach high school, you're overweight. You're embarrassed of your acne. Socially, you're unprepared for community. Unable to attract the opposite sex of your dreams, you have to settle. You drink Red Bull for energy, and by 20, your bowels aren't moving, which means further intoxication. By 30, you're prescribed antidepressants and antipsychotics for your depression or other mental ailment. By 35, you're in daily pain and popping pills to cope. Doctor visits are routine and often. You run through multiple psychologists because none of them seem to help you be able to talk through your issues. They always end up saying something like, well, there's this drug by pharmaceutical company XYZ that might help you. You and your spouse have fertility problems and go through procedures to get pregnant, if at all. By 40, you're 30 pounds overweight with high cholesterol and acid reflux. And guess what that means? That's right, more medications. You don't look good, you don't feel good. Your efficiency at work is hampered, and rightfully you are frustrated. This makes you unpleasant to be around, and therefore you either lose your job or lose your spouse or both. You might have to rely on society for your basic needs. After 50 years of feeding your body poison, you have high blood pressure, a weak heart, and hardened arteries. By 55, you're at least 40 pounds overweight. You're old, constantly in pain and depressed. You feel like shit all the time. You're quick to anger and criticism. You lose your social circle, and at this point, it's inevitable. You've reached the tipping point. It could be cancer, it could be a stroke, it could be a heart attack, but something's gonna break. The medical system destroys any hope of healing that you have and inform you that you have 6 months to live or some other arbitrary death sentence. They send you to chemo, and that means even more drugs. If you don't die, your body is so deficient, poisoned, and weakened that you can't perform simple functions like bathing or going to the bathroom. You're put in a nursing home. You spend the last remaining months, possibly years, in this old person prison where the last of your funds are depleted. You are living dead, listless, unresponsive, and as far from happiness in this life as possible. You are a zombie. This is beyond sad, but it's a narrative that somehow we've accepted in America today. I don't know about you, but I reject this narrative.